Good morning, Gogglefrogs.
Morning.
And how are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday morning. It is 10 o'clock, and for the next hour, myself, I'm Angela, and my lovely friend and co-host Marion will be chatting about anything and everything. So that's going to be the next hour. So there are some things that means you're going to get the best out of Gogglefrogs. Number one, I hope you've got a drink of your choice. So I've just made myself another cup of tea. So I've got 2 cups of tea now. And I hope that you've brought your knitting or crochet. And I've got mine here. Marion's got hers.
Yep.
Oh.
No, I've picked it up for the first time in a week. I was saying to Angela, after the jab, I finally feel human again.
Oh, and we're so pleased that, Marion, you're feeling human. And I'm sure there's lots of other people who've got a few who've had some after effects after the jab, and some people who've had nothing at all. But I am so pleased that you're feeling yourself again, which is wonderful, because I know you've been under the weather for quite a few days since you had that jab. So that's brilliant. So for you Gogglefroggers, I just hope that you're all okay today. The weather outside here, whilst we've got a greyish blue sky, it is freezing cold out there.
The sun is trying to come through here.
Yes, but do not be fooled. It is proper winter out there. It is very, very cold. So wrap up warm, and there's nothing better in winter when it's cold like this than to have a nice project that's so long or so big that it has to sit on your knee. And that's the time of year where you don't want to put your knitting on a table. You actually want it on your knee, because it saves on the heating bills, doesn't it? So just to let you know, we have got a chat box in the right hand side. So if this is your first time with us, please post and say who you are and where you're from, and get to know make friends with all of our Gogglefrogs. We're going to read out the chat, because if you're watching us on replay, and hello, if you're watching us on replay, you won't be able to see the chat box. So that's why we read that out. And if you're watching us on YouTube as well, a big hello. But we're so happy to see you live with us. For the next hour, who knows what we're going to talk about? We don't really know. But we are going to do later on is showcase some of the work that's been posted into our Facebook group, which is Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter. So if you aren't a member already, please just go onto Facebook and ask to join, and we will happily let you join. There's just a few questions to answer, so we know that you're not a chat bot. But I think I've covered all of the essentials now. So now, what have I forgotten?
The website.
Oh, the website is gogglefrogs.co.uk. And on that, there's a free pattern for a lovely cow that's got perfectly straight edges, because Robert does it and not me, and lots of our lovely wool as well. And there's lots more to come very soon as well.
Well, I'm hoping to get a sneak preview, but I doubt it.
I tell you what, Marion, before the next show on Monday morning, I'll get something lovely to show you.
Right.
And give you a sneak preview. So yeah, I've got this much left of one ball, and you know when? I don't know about you. I do like taking the wool from inside the ball of wool, because I always think it's really cute. But then when you get towards the end, the whole thing just collapses, and you've got to strategically place it. If not, you just end up with lots and lots of knots. So that's what I'm doing at the moment, and I hope that I will finish this little bit. But yeah, I'm using Fjord, but I'm using Fjord in a slightly different way. So it's not, it's a new pattern, and I didn't know if it would work, but I think it is working. But yeah, so it's
Robert said to me, "Oh, taking the yarn from the middle, it's the easiest thing possible." So I handed over a ball, and out came this lump. And I just looked at him, and then he sat and he took about a quarter of an hour to sort it all out. And I thought, I'm not doing that again.
I know, whenever you think it's going to be simple, it's not. And it's always when you've got those big blinking value 400-gram things. Oh, what a nightmare.
No, this is a 100-gram ball.
Oh, do you know what? It doesn't always work with me at all. And I don't know about you. Please let us know today. Are you taking from the inside of the ball or taking from the outside of the ball? Let us know, and we'll see what how many people we have. We should have done a poll, actually, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I'll see how quickly I can do it, because it's just really nice to see a poll. We never do them. Anyway, shall we say some good
I
mornings?
think that's a very good idea. Are we going to go bottom to top or top to bottom?
Let's do bottom to top.
Right. Good morning, Tricia. Good morning, Marion. The other Marion, Mum, Dove's mum. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Judy. How are you today? Janice, London. I'm going to see if I can remember where everybody comes from. Jackie's in Kent. Has the snow all gone, my love? Georgie's from Le Buz. Now, where's Denise from?
North.
North?
Up
Leeds?
north.
Leeds?
No,
Surrey.
further
Sorry.
up.
Denise is from Surrey.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Deborah's from up north. Good morning, Deborah. Has the snow all gone up there? Jackie says the snow all gone. Brigitte, good morning, Brigitte. How lovely to see you. Amber, now we know where Amber is. She's across the pond. Good morning, Angela. Oh, I don't know what's happened. Oh, you've set up a poll.
I've done something new. I've set up a poll. Sorry, that's why I can't talk and set up a poll at the same time. So sorry about that.
Oh, just inside, outside. Oh, here's Robert.
Yay!
Good morning, Robert.
Morning, Robert. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a poll.
Robert is having breakfast.
Whether it's best to pull the yarn from inside the ball or outside the ball. And so far we're split. Oh no. No, outside. Outside's winning by one.
By one, yeah.
By one. So basically it's split evenly.
Yeah. It's just it's always nice to know, isn't it?
Have more control over the ball. Whereas if you pull it from the outside, it can fly all over the place.
Look, that's what happens when you get to the edge and it just collapses. Because I have been very good. I've used.
But when you take it from the inside, Robert, you can end up with a whole great mass, as you did when you showed me how to do it. But you did it for me, and it didn't come out properly.
But if you,
do you know what I have to say? Sorry,
go on. If you put your finger in properly, and find the end, it's fine. Sorry.
But you couldn't have done it properly then, could you, when you did it for me? We could have the butter discussion again at this rate, couldn't we?
It sounds like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to take from the inside. No, really, I used Fjord, and do you know what? Yeah, we can. We'll come back to that another time. But just to let you know, at the moment, we have had a little poll today, and we have got 40% of our audience today take from the inside, and 60% take from the outside. And I have to say, I would normally take from the outside. I just thought I'd do something different. So that's good to know. We'll see if anybody else comments, but yeah, there's a little poll. And I don't know how it shows on your screen because it's the first time we've done this. So
well, out of 83% of the audience, 10 have answered, and that's how it's split.
Yeah.
So that's a very good response, actually, from
thank you.
From an audience.
So thank you, Gogglefroggers, for letting us know that more Gogglefroggers take from the outside of the ball than the inside of the ball. How would we have been able to get through the day without knowing that?
Have you said good mornings?
Yes. Yeah. We haven't done the chat, though. Good morning, chat. Do you want to do that?
Mm-mm. I want to eat.
I'll do that. So anyway, we'll go through the chat. So Brigitte says, "Good morning, peeps." And
I can't see that now. Oh, wait a minute,
just
wait a
have to
minute,
press the next one.
I've got to press it.
And it is episode 197. Can you believe it? Almost 200 shows.
That's
So
next Saturday, isn't it?
it's been fabulous. Trish says morning all. Brigitte says morning even. Denise says morning everyone, a nice smiley face. Judy says morning all. Louise says good morning everyone. Brigitte says, I like your shawl, Marion.
Thank you very much.
Well, as soon as she put it on, it was just like, I like that. I said, that isn't a flippy edge, is it? And she says, no. So I'm sure she'll tell us what it is and what pattern she used later. Jackie says, morning all. Amber says, happy Saturday. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Georgie says morning, and kisses. Deborah says morning all. Amber says, outside of the ball stroke skein. Yes. I'm like that normally. Janice says, hi all. Brigitte says, I start in the middle of a ball about 99% of the time. I'm mostly successful. Well done. You're very successful anyway, aren't you? And Denise has confirmed, sorry. Jackie says, no snow. The snow is still here, Marion, so it's not gone anywhere. Tricia says outside, but I've wound the ball from a skein, then inside, and inside sometimes from the inside and outside both together if holding yarn double. Do you know what? That's one thing I have never been able to do. And I did download a pattern yesterday, and you marl the yarn, which is using two balls at the same time. But then what you do is, so you'll have 3 colors. So you use 2 browns, because I've got brown wool. Then you move it to brown and red. And then you move it to red and gold. And then you move it to gold and brown. So what you have is 3 different colors, and you keep changing the colors. So it gives this marled effect, or a 2-color effect. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And if ever you have to use 2 balls at the same time, Tricia, I absolutely take my hat off to you. I've never been able to use from the inside and the outside at the same time. I get myself in a little bit of a it's because I carry the wool around and it gets knocked slightly, but I absolutely take my hat off to you with that. Well done. Linda says good morning everyone. It was treacherous with the ice on our walk this morning. I hope, Linda, you are safe and you haven't pulled anything, because often as your foot can slip, and that's when you can really injure yourself. So I hope you're okay, and I hope you got home safely. Louise says it can be quite hard to find the middle in commercial yarn. Yes, although that somebody must have created the fjord balls perfectly, because the inside was just there. It wasn't tucked in, it was just there, as was the outside. So I was really, that's why I thought I'd take it from the center. Janice says, now I know my day is complete. You and me both, Janice. The fact that we know how many people take it from the outside or the inside. And Robert said, Deborah, I've deleted as Angela doesn't know we are doing it.
I sent that privately.
Are you up to skullduggery again?
I sent that privately. Why is it on the public chat?
Okay, here's a question. Do I know about it?
I don't think so.
Oh, don't worry. Whatever you're up to, I'm sure it's fine.
You know what it is, Angela? We're not in the charmed circle.
Oh, this is so funny. This really is. Don't worry. These things happen.
It's a surprise for Friday.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
So yes,
well, it's a good job I have my lenses in.
While we've got you both,
and not my glasses.
Just a reminder, there is no Gogglefrogs next Saturday morning, because we're doing it Friday evening.
Oh yes.
All right. Okay. Yes.
And
yes. And
we want to be hungover on Saturday.
Yeah, because it's National Hangover Day, isn't it? I need to
Is it?
promote
That was a few weeks ago.
Oh well, it is for us. It's next Saturday.
No, this is the proper Hangover
Oh yeah, we said
Day.
it's Gogglefrogs Hangover Day.
After
Yeah.
episode 200. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Linda says that she did take a tumble and banged her shoulder, but she's okay. I can still knit. I'm so happy. I hope you've got somebody to bring you copious amounts of tea and coffee. And once it gets over lunchtime, for medicinal purposes, you need to have a sherry or something stronger. So obviously,
brandy, I think.
Is it brandy?
Yeah, nice brandy toddy or a whiskey toddy.
Oh,
but
so
talking about drink,
hope you're okay.
I went into the kitchen yesterday and I picked up the bottle of Tia Maria and I thought, that's incredibly light. I've only had one out of that. I said, have you been making inroads into the Tia Maria? And he goes, yeah, we've had it since Christmas. I thought somebody ought to drink it. And then he said, you haven't touched that gin liqueur that's in the fridge. You better drink it quick. So that's what I'll be on next Friday night.
Oh, that sounds nice. I haven't had Tia Maria in years.
Yeah, Robert, they've changed the recipe, it's different.
Is it sweeter?
Yes, I think so.
Robert, do I detect that you're cold? Are you sat in a fridge? No, but it's cold there.
I'm very sleep deprived, and I got up this morning, got myself dressed, got to work, and I've been here since 4 o'clock. And I thought about an hour ago, why am I so cold? And realised I'd forgotten to put my thermals on, so I'm frozen.
Oh. Do you want me to drive down? Oh, well, I was saying, do you want me to drive down with some of Alan's? You'd be best with mine because Alan's got short legs.
No, it's fine. I've only got 3 hours left at the most, so it'll be fine. But thank you.
No. There's nothing worse, is there?
Should we play some music?
Oh yeah,
we keep forgetting that.
Oh, hi, Wendy.
Hello.
Lovely to see you. Megan, never kissy.
Right, so Angela and I had a conversation about what to do with today's music, and I toyed with doing something because of tomorrow, but then we said that not everybody celebrates tomorrow. So here's something not about tomorrow, but tomorrow based, I think.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What is tomorrow then?
It's that day of the year that commercial day of the year. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Oh, so it is.
Right, ladies, put yourself on.
You can tell I sit on.
Put yourself on mute. Here we go.
Was that Richie Cunningham from Happy Days?
I think it's a mixture of people in that video.
Well, that's the only one I recognised.
Oh.
I was just trying to connect to my mum. A few connection issues, but we'll see. We'll see. So hi, Mum. She's on now. Oh,
I'll be back in a sec. Hang on.
Haven't you even got gloves, Robert?
Robert?
Haven't you even got gloves?
Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, his phone's gone.
Oh, Brigitta's telling me yes, it was. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody's loving the music.
Perfect.
I was watching that and I'm thinking, today, if Richard was to see that, he'd be falling in love with the cars more than anything else.
Yeah, they're always obviously. Sorry, I didn't see very much of it, but I was just trying to connect my mum onto it so she could hear the music as well. Probably missed a lot of it, but never mind. Robert, you look so cold.
You do.
You're going pink with cold.
Freezing.
Yeah. I think you ought to go for a run round the block. That might do
I
it.
thought you were going to say in the shop.
Yeah.
I was going to say. I do enough running around this bloody shop.
Keeps you fit. Keeps you fit.
Oh, and hello to Grace, who's joined us. Lovely to see you.
And Helen.
And Helen, hello. Lovely to see you too. So, I did put a poll up earlier. So, if any, we've had more people answer.
Have we?
Yeah. Still
Which way-
showing us more people take the wall from the outside than the inside. Yeah. So I always think it's really interesting. It's like another day we'll have to have a look at who uses circulars and who uses straight needles. But
Yes,
yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah. So I think more people do take the ball from the outside. I don't know what they do, but they tend to do a little bit of a secret hiding place, don't they? In that huge clump of stuff that they stuff inside. But maybe a few companies are getting a little lot wise to it and making it a little bit easier. But yeah, it's just, I think it's great for 50-gram balls, but once you get bigger than that, I do find that the whole ball just collapses unceremoniously, and then you think,
and of course you get that great clump out in the middle, which
yeah.
help.
And I've got to finish the whole thing in one sitting, because if I try and move the blinking thing, I'm just going to end up with a knot. But yeah, so at least we know that more people use the outside than the inside, but it could all change by the end of the show, couldn't it? So if you don't know where your polling thing is, you've got your chat box. If you look at the top of the screen on the right hand side, you've got your chat first, then you've got your polls, and then you've got handouts. We don't do handouts normally, but maybe we'll do something with a handout one day.
That's a very good idea. Tricia saying that Hobby Yarn sell their yarn with a little tag for the inside of the ball. I must admit, Tricia, I've bought some Hobby Yarn and they didn't have the little tag.
Ah, maybe it's just certain ones then.
Yeah, because I was mentioned before, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. And when I went to use it, there was no little tag. But you know, oh, Tracy's joined us. Good morning, Tracy.
Morning, Tracy. Lovely to see you.
Yeah. Oh, she didn't get today's email. I must admit, I didn't get it until 6 minutes before takeoff, or whatever you like to call it.
Sorry, I never check if I get mine, and I just use an old one. So like for my mum. So sorry about that, but maybe they're doing lots and lots and lots of work behind the scenes at the moment. And I do know there's a date in March,
27th.
and we need to decide what to do.
We can't have a show.
Whether we
can't have a show on the 27th of March.
So it's the 27th of March that they are doing major work until about 11 o'clock. So I think that day we may have to make it an afternoon one, possibly, or a Friday night. But we'll let you know nearer the time. But that's the day when they are saying do not run events whatsoever. And I know it's some of their big changes coming. So yeah, so we need to make that change. And also there's something else that we need to do as well, because we've been asked by Demio to run an event. So we want to try and get about 10 people on it, but there's some really good new things that are coming with the new system. So we're going to send out a little bit of an invite, and if you would like to partake, it is a test and learn. So if you could make it, you would be really helping myself and Robert and Marion out, so we know how the new system will work and some of the funky new features that we can look at as well. And they're asking for people who have Demio to try and do it with more than 10 people so they can see how it works properly. So we'll do that in the next couple of weeks as well, and send out invites. Don't worry if you don't want to be part of it, if you can't be part of it, but it will be quite interactive, that one. So yeah, so just to help us in the future.
Do you know what we could do, Angela? Because I'm about to have all the time off.
What?
We could just throw some ad hoc sessions in when we're close to the time.
That would be really, really good.
You're up to.
Yeah, so we'll sort something out, but it just means that once we move over to the new, what they're doing is they're upgrading the system. So there'll be some great new features that are much better for you. And it'll just be nice so we know how they work before we go live. And also so that we can feed back, do you know what, this was a little bit clunky, or could you change it to do this? So yeah, but it's all good stuff. So we'll do that. And you know what we say on Gogglefrogs. The one thing that we guarantee is laughter. We don't know what we're going to talk about, and there will be technical glitches, and that's going to be one technical glitch extraordinaire. So we'll see what happens on that.
And frogging.
And frogging, of course.
Yeah, just done it.
Have you?
Just frogged.
You're in the right place, aren't you?
Yeah.
I still think it's great that this is the place to celebrate frogging, making a mistake, dropping a stitch, having to think and go backwards. Whereas normally you put your needles down, don't you, and think I'll sort out that little mess later when I go home.
I wouldn't mind, but all I've got to do is decrease every third row on the neck edge. And you'd think it'd be simple, wouldn't you? But no, I managed to mess it up.
It's the little simple things that become so difficult. Oh, Robert, where's your hat? If you had your hat, you'd stop losing the energy through your head.
I'm not allowed to wear it.
Why not?
Because it's not part of the uniform.
All right, I get that. Sorry.
Well, don't you think somebody ought to make the suggestion that if you're working in the freezers, that hats are allowed?
Yeah, but I'm not working in the freezers. I'm running the shop.
Where are you working then?
I'm running the shop.
Oh my word, this is so
Can I speak to the
cold.
duty manager, please? Yeah, what'd you want? Go.
Well, you could always take it off before you actually speak to somebody. How many people want to speak to
hair,
you?
but I still get hat hair.
Oh, that is so funny. But do you know what? Every time we learn a little bit more about the retail industry. Do you know what? Look at what our experts go through just to make sure that as we walk through all of those chilled aisles, they're still all chilled, aren't they? So that the supermarkets are always the right temperature throughout. And so thank you ever so much for educating us yet again on what goes into making those supermarkets and those stores so damn good. So I will be popping in later. I need to get some. Can I just say as well, Waitrose own brand, gluten-free bread. It's like they do a tiger bread, they do a seeded brown bread. Absolutely blinking amazing. So well done. And I am now buying all of my gluten-free bread from Waitrose because every single blinking company have changed their recipe. But Waitrose have brought out some new ones. So they're really good. So I'll be in later because I need bread.
I do hate it when companies change recipes. I really do.
And it always has it on the label, brand new improved recipe. No, it's improved, cheaper for you. That's
I
what
used
I always
to really like Heinz sandwich spread. And then they came out with new improved recipe. Nah. Haven't bought it since.
I used to have that for my at school. My mum, my lunchtime sandwiches a lot of the time had Heinz sandwich spread. I absolutely loved it, and I'd forgotten all about it. I'll have to check on the label.
But it's not the same.
That's a shame.
utterly. Well, I think it's utterly naff.
Right,
Oh,
Now.
that's a shame, isn't it?
I need to go.
You're going
What?
to go.
I've got to go. Break over.
Well, is somebody yelling for you? Do you
No,
think?
break's over.
Robert, it's been lovely. It's been
You look
lovely
after
to
yourself,
spend
get warm.
time.
I'll see you,
Go
You
get
can't even have
warm.
a
I'll see you
coffee,
all on
can you?
Monday.
See you on
Take care.
Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Robert.
Bye.
Whenever he goes, I have to remember not to end the session. So, there we go.
And good. Hello, nice to see you. Just got through older link to hear now. Robert looks frozen and cold. He is, Anne, or what was, yes, is. He's been at work since 4 o'clock. He forgot his thermals, so he's not allowed to wear a hat because he's on the shop floor today. So he's absolutely frozen.
Yeah. So thankfully, he's only got 3 hours left.
To go, which is a blessing.
It most certainly is, isn't it?
But let's face it, if he was in Scandinavia, he'd be paying a fortune to get cold, but he would be able to go into a sauna occasionally. So
yeah. The one thing that always amazes me, and you know me, and I can't remember who else watches the Scandi Noir programs as well, which are over in Scandinavia, Finland, you name it, and you see them and there's snow on the ground and they happen to have a pair of jeans on and a tiny little puffer jacket that just has the right filling in it, and you just look at them and you think, we just don't have, like, they have little thin layers of things like cotton and a wool, whereas in this country we have a lot of nylon, which, let's face it, when you go to a cold country, it's like sitting in a plastic carrier bag, isn't it? Because it's not breathable. So they have very breathable stuff over there. But it always amazes me how few layers of clothing they have on when it's snowing, and we know it's like -20, -30 over there.
They tend to have a pair of thermals, thermals, usually silk, then pair of trousers, sometimes with a thermal lining, and then really good quality boots, or shoes, and then, you know, a nice puffer jacket, usually filled with goose down or something.
Yeah.
And they're off. And a hat and gloves. Georgie's saying about Heinz sandwich bread, it's got a horrible saccharine taste now. Yeah, it has. Don't like it at all.
Chemicals are cheaper than
the natural thing. Awful stuff. Said, if something sold well before, people obviously liked it, so why improve the recipe? They're not improving the recipe. I don't know. The people that try it out must have a completely different set of taste buds to the rest of us.
They are actually paid. These people are paid to work for a company, and so
they might be told to say what the company wants to say. It's a bit like when you have a consultation period at work and the firm's already decided that the consultation period was a success, when those of us on the ground floor knew that it was the biggest going. And Brigitte's quite right when she says, Angela, you don't know what the actors are wrapped in when they're not in front of the camera.
Very
true. It's quite true. I mean, Laura comes round here to take Ollie out. A pair of trainers, socks maybe, a pair of leggings, a top and a puffer jacket, very often open, a pair of gloves, and she takes Ollie out for a walk. Then she comes in and says, I'm cold, and I keep my mouth shut. Well, you've only got to see teenagers about. You know, in a city in the evening, the girls in their high heels, mini skirts, sleeveless tops.
We were all like that one day. I remember there's no way you would go out with a coat on when it was snowing. Not like that now. If I don't,
No, it's
if
not
I
like
don't
that
have a
now.
seat and a table to sit down on, I'm not going in.
No. And it's got to be a table and a proper chair, not a bench.
Exactly.
We went into Wagamama's, and they're all benches in there, and the manager was there. We had to book a table because we had Ollie, and I said, because we needed the room for him, so I said, any chance of a chair? And he went, yes, of course, I'll find you chairs. And he did. He was so good. This was the manager at Milton Keynes, and he says, ever want to come again, just give me a bell and I'll make sure. He was excellent, really, really good, really nice man.
It just goes to show that if we rang in advance, even so, like at the time, he just rustled all of that up. But it just goes to show that they can accommodate a lot of the time.
We just called in and he said, I'm busy. We're busy at the moment. Can you come back in an hour and we'll do it? Yeah, that's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. You know, it was great. And we found Cafe Rouge in Milton Keynes. Excellent as well. Really, really good. Do you think we ought to do Facebook?
Yeah, I'll just finish this row.
No. Well, I've now done all my decreasing. So all I've got to do is 5, 10, 15, 18 rows on very small amount of stitches and the front's done. Then I can finish the back, and all being well, that'll be tonight. And then it's the armholes and the V-neck, which is something I've never done before. Well, I've done it before, but I made a right pig's ear of it. Of doing the V neck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I managed to mess that one up. Oh, and Brigitte asked me about this shawl. I knitted it some time ago. I think I've lent the pattern. In fact, I'm sure I've lent the pattern to Claire. And it comes in 2 sizes. You wouldn't think I'd blocked it, would you? And Kirsten bought me the yarn for Christmas about 4 years ago. And it's an unusual colour for me. As you know, I usually go for the pinks and the purple spectrum because it does merge, go in a bit with the white hair. Perhaps I better have it dyed pink, you know, when we can.
It always looks lovely, so don't you worry.
Yeah. Georgie, while she pull it up, I'll just do chat. Georgie says, Cafe Rouge, steak and frites. Yum, yum. Their mussels aren't bad either. And Brigitte says she saw a couple of girls walking past once. One had Ugg boots on, leggings, spaghetti-shaped strap top. The other one had ballerina shoes, bare legs, mini skirt, puffer jacket, and woolly bubble hat. Rather them than me. And Jackie's off. Have a lovely weekend. And see you Monday. Bye-bye, Jackie. Bye-bye.
Right, okay, I'll just share now.
Have you got
and can I just say, I'm sorry, Tracy, I've only just seen that you've sent me a message. So sorry about that. Yes, there is a show, and sorry about the link. I'll check that later.
This is lovely.
We mentioned this on the last show. However, I think there's quite a few people asking about this. So if you do know which pattern it is, please let people know. We have to be careful of copyright. So if it's freebie one, fine, point them to where it is. And if it's out of, what do you call it? If it's out of print, then I can't remember how long it is. Oh,
70
there's
years. Copyright
it's listed. There we go. Dawn has said, can't join today as we need to visit Adrian's mum. So here's some new books for us to ponder on. So let's have a quick look at these.
You hate it, you know, when Dawn puts up new books because I always end up buying one.
I know. Oh, look at this. So we've got classic knits of the 80s. Wow. Star Wars.
That's Robert, isn't it? Star Wars.
Yeah, so there's Yoda and things like that, which is great. Sorry. Twisted Stitch source book.
Looks interesting.
It is, because twisted stitches are something that you normally do by mistake, but then you realise that there is a whole great technical side to twisting your stitches. You just have to twist them the right way and at the right time. So
I've
that's
done
really
a
good.
twisted rib, which is really nice.
Yeah.
That gives a nice effect.
Mm.
And that looks interesting as well. But I have to say, and I've said it before, I don't like my sleeves hanging off the top of my arms. I like them up here.
Yeah. So that's an Erica Knight one. So there's 20 garments inside, so that's really good. And I love checking things out on Amazon, because sometimes you can see the pages inside. So some Debbie Place baby and toddler knits.
Hers are really good. If anybody wants to knit for babies and toddlers, they're good. They're really good, her baby books.
Knitted baby blankets and cuddle bags. That's quite cute, isn't it?
That one is. Elena would have looked lovely in that, but she's now 20 months. Can't believe it. 20
How
months.
long is it since you've seen her as well?
It's a year since I've seen Elena and Amaya, because I went to Amaya's 3rd birthday party and she was 4 the other day. Because do you remember I knitted those rabbits for them?
You did.
And they're still playing with them. They still love them,
That's
which is
cute.
nice. But yeah, I've missed seeing them.
I know. Life will go back to normal one day.
I hope so.
Now, I hadn't seen this book, and just the title and everything, I have no idea what this is. So that's a book that I think I will need. I'm just going to see
Is it a knitting book or is it a fiction?
I don't know. I'll have a look. But Vogue knitting, Vogue tend to have some lovely stitch patterns in there, and I love the fact that some of those have got such depth to them, especially this one here with the V's. I'm really liking that, and that could make quite a simple, even cheap, bonus style acrylic look out of this world.
And what's nice about just having the pattern is you can work out how big things are and whether it's a reversible pattern, and make some really nice well, I've done cot blankets and pram blankets using a reversible pattern, and they are so effective. It is unbelievable. And the difference in doing it in a 4-ply yarn and a chunky is unbelievable. It's well worth it.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
So 800 stitch patterns there for you. Looks fab.
Yeah, that might be a
Crochet Bakery. I love that one. Absolutely fabulous. I love the pano raisin in there. And yes, so Sandy Black, I was expecting it to be by K Facet, is it? He was the major 1980s.
Yes, he was
designer, wasn't he? But that's brilliant. So Dawn has also said free pattern Friday, children's Valentine's mitts knitting pattern. Oh, that's cute. So there's some nice things there. Thank you, Dawn. And then not remotely knitting related, but this made me smile so much this morning. I had to share it. Monkey. I don't know. I'll leave you to watch that one. Louise, I saw this yesterday. So she's finished this jumper. Absolutely lovely. So she's made it longer. The colours I think are fantastic, and that's in King Cole Bramble, and I do know that colour Bramble went out of stock before it had even blinking launched.
Do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Sloppy Joes, for those of people that are old enough to remember them.
What's Sloppy Joes?
I think they were called Sloppy Joes. They were in the late 50s and the 60s. Very loose, baggy jumpers were, I think, called Sloppy Joes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Amber says to be so young again and not having to bundle up for the snow and the cold. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whereas I can't go out without thinking about that. When you know you can't bring your crochet to work.
But you really want to. I just looked at that and I just thought, how adorable. And also, sometimes when you want to pick up your crochet or your knitting, however, the animal has decided to sit on the blinking thing, and they look at you like that, and you think, oh,
And you don't move them. You don't move
there I
them.
moved them. Oh, so that's beautiful. Now Anastasia, her goodies arrived a few weeks ago, so she's on with that virus shawl in Riot, and it's the autumn colours, so they're absolutely gorgeous. I just love that green. That green is so vibrant.
It
It's
is,
real
isn't it?
emerald. So I can't wait to see that. Well done. And I do believe that Anastasia had, when we went into lockdown, she'd never used stitch markers before and lots. So I don't know if she was a crochet, but absolutely fantastic. So that looks beautiful.
I remember she did have a problem with a pattern, which we had to sort out, and we did.
That we all helped her with. To say, actually, it's not you, Amber, it's the pattern, because I tried it, you tried it, Brigitte tried it, and all of us said, yeah, it's wrong.
Do you know that she lives in Greece, and it reminds me, we used to go to Greece quite often for holidays, and what a Greek friend of mine told me, that if you wanted to send post to another Greek island, regardless, it would go to Athens, then back out. There was no system whereby it would go to the next island. Even if the next island was just across the water, it would go to Athens, then out. And that's why it'd take so long.
Yeah, but it did arrive quickly for her, bless her. She does live in Leighton Buzzard, but goes to, she's got a place in Greece as well. So she's been there for a little while, I believe.
Yes.
Hello, Anastasia. I know you watch us a lot on replay. Deborah, we spoke about this the other day, didn't we? I'm just amazed at the pattern in that hat. The fact that there is a crisscross that could be called similar to a rib. There's all the stitches in there, but you know me, I'm not predominantly a crocheter, so whenever I see anything like that, I think it's amazing. Did we see this the other day?
No, I don't think we did.
No, Franz posted this, a knotted baby hat. The skinny bit is for the knot, feels like it's going on forever. Yeah, often the smallest part of a hat is the trickiest or takes the longest.
Yeah.
So that's the little knot on the top. So that looks lovely. Beautiful colours. And hey ho, yeah, there's orange there again. Orange is in everything at the moment, isn't it?
Isn't it just? Isn't it just?
I
So,
think
by the way,
really
Louise is saying that lovely jumper she did, the striped one, that sold, the yarn sold out. That you were saying earlier, that she had to find more yarn on eBay to make it big enough.
It was, I'm not surprised. I know that we ordered it, and we'd ordered it before it went live, but it was, they came back and said, no, that's out of stock. So we just got, I think, 1 or 2 colours. I can't remember, but it was, I think that a lot of companies struggle at the moment because of the, most shipping is going on a PPE stuff, so it's hard to transport things around the world. So I'm not surprised you had to get it off eBay or find it somewhere, but beautiful colours. And I have to say, I do think that was the most vibrant colour in that bramble. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful yarn. I think the one that we've got left is more greys and yellows, which are lovely, but not the same.
Louise is saying that her local yarn shop is saying it's coming back into stock soon, because of course a lot of these yarns come from Turkey.
But it's just one of those things. So but there are always new goodies coming on the market, aren't there? And we're about to go into summer soon, so there will be things coming out soon, but we're still in sort of winter knitting, aren't we? Because
Yes.
we're in February. Last year in March we had a heat wave, but I think
Yes.
that was quite unusual. And I know I was completing my big cardigan out of the Sirdar. I can't remember, but
Were you doing it with the batik? Is that the one you frogged? Totally.
no, I'm going to frog it though because it's too big over the shoulders. I'm going to make a blanket out of it. But anyway, it's the equivalent of fjord, but it's like the Norwegian Nights colours, which was beautiful. I was doing that in March and April, but we did have such amazing weather last year. So who knows what's going to happen this year? We'll see.
I have to say, the sun's now come out. We've got blue sky here.
Yeah, we've got bluish sky, but I know it's still blinking cold out there. There's a note there saying knitting scissors being used to cut chives. Not in this house.
No.
However, one thing that I will say is I've lost every steak knife, every knife that cuts to hubby, who uses them on, and I got a new knife block 2 weeks ago. It's no more than 2 weeks ago, and he said, oh, "Can I just use this?" I said, "No, you can't. Can I look? All I'm cutting is this huge polystyrene thing." I went, "Okay, then." So I thought within less than a week, it started on the new knives now.
Hasn't he got Stanley knives?
Yeah, but he has, but he prefers the kitchen knives. Ah, dear. So we showed that the other
Buying him
day.
a set of kitchen knives. Oh heavens, my battery's going low. It always does suddenly on here. Oops. Hang on, you'll hear it ping.
We didn't show this the other day, did we?
No.
Dudley the Dinosaur #2 finish. That is so cute, Linda. Fabulous. Absolutely brilliant. Trisha says another project. The story behind it is important to share. Can reading Knitting Hope. So there's a beautiful message there. I haven't read it yet, so I'm going to have to read this.
Isn't she cute?
Absolutely beautiful little dress. That is let's have a look. Right, I don't know the history, but I will read that and we'll have a chat about that on Monday's show.
Yeah. Well, Trisha's saying it's -4. That's Yorkshire, isn't it, Trisha? We'll be wrapping up warm for a walk. And Brigitte saying her phone says it's -2, but feels like -9. Guess where I'm not going? Oh, I thought you were going out for a jog, Brigitte. I know my son-in-law would have been out for a jog, as he's a triathlete.
Yeah, and I've even got the blackbirds coming right up to the back door to say, "Can I have food, please?" So it must be very, very cold. It's all right. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Okay. And they're like cat biscuits when it's really cold. I don't know why. Yeah. So Helen, thank you for sharing. We've got a couple of, I'll call them ditties there. Very, very funny. So do read those. We showed this the other day, Tracy.
Yes.
It is beautiful. I can't wait to finish mine, but I have to keep picking up other projects and doing other projects. So sorry about that. I showed you the purple. That's what my mum's working on at the moment. Oh, did we see? Yes, I think we did see that the other day. We saw that the other day. So I think we're up to
date, unless anybody has posted something within the last few minutes.
Yes, so let us know. And Tracy said it's meant to warm up next week. Apparently is that 12 degrees? So roll on next week. That will be nice if it does actually warm up, because it's blinking freezing.
But do you know what? My bulbs are still coming through. In my pots. Yeah, they're still coming through.
And just before we go, I think now we can say officially that we have completed the poll for today. So the question was, do you take yarn from the middle of the ball or from the outside of the ball? And 67% of Gogglefroggers said they take it from the outside of the ball, and 33% take it from the inside. So I think that's quite a, quite a good result. And I do think more people do take from the outside than the inside. But we all have our personal preference, don't we?
Yeah.
So thank you for answering the poll. Yeah.
Brigitta's saying that her tulips are up, but the snowdrops aren't. Wendy says from the middle. And Amber says, thank you for a wonderful start to the day. See you on Monday. It's a bank holiday here, President's Day.
Oh, fabulous. We will see you on Monday then. That's so good.
Tricia says, see you next week. Bye all. We've still got
Bye.
2 minutes left. I've never known us to be in a position whereby we're ready to go. And believe it or not, I've only got 4 rows to knit, and the front is, and then cast off, and the front is finished. I cannot quite believe that.
That's good, isn't it?
Well,
You always
I feel as
feel,
though I've achieved something.
yeah.
So then I'll know whether they should both be the same size, because I've done them each on the same row. So yeah.
Because I was feeling like that with the cardigan, because I'd started on the back and I'd done the long rib, the same cardigan as what Tracy's done. So I actually felt really good that I'd started on the plain back, but then I've got to try and finish this because we've got a show on Wednesday night and I need the pattern finished, and you can't complete the pattern without trialing it a couple of times. So that's what I've been working on. And it's just, oh, please let me get this finished. And something else, we will do this in Monday's show, whether you are circular knitting needles person or a straight needles person, and I could not believe it. I was working on my chow goose and it was so slow, and as soon as I moved to straight needles, oh my word, the speed that I knit on straight needles is so much different to on circulars. But I think it's dependent on project, isn't it? And they're much easier.
I won't go back to straights.
Really?
I wouldn't, no. But if I'm doing socks or something like that, then out come the DPNs. I've got some new, I was given some at Christmas, some new special circulars for socks, which I still haven't tried yet.
I really want to know about those as
well. So do
I,
but socks again are, I'm sorry, folks, they're a little bit down the list. When this is done, I'm going to be doing a lace blanket. I got some James C. Brett marble to do that in, thanks to Robert. It's not what the pattern uses. What the pattern used would have cost well over £100, and I'm thinking, I'm not doing that. So there we go. But for a sample, but I think to get it any decent size, I will need to do 4 of these shawls, because I'm using 6mm needles instead of 10, which will make quite a bit of difference to the size. But 4 of them stitched together will make a good size. And being in Brett's marble, chunky marble, they will be it will be lovely and warm. Now we have gone over.
We most certainly have. But never mind, we all wanted to know about your what we really want to know is what it looks like. So that's going to be coming on a show very soon, so you can see what Marion is working on. And that, did you say it's a blanket in marble?
No. When I finish this for Richard, this slip over for Richard, then it'd be this lace blanket out of one of the books that Dawn advertised some time ago. I can't remember if it was before Christmas or after Christmas. It was a chunky book. I've done something out of it
Well,
already.
I'll tell you what, Marion, let's hold that. And are you on Monday?
Yeah.
So let's share the book if you've got it.
Yes.
And please show a few, it's not copyright showing a few pictures, you know, but we'll do that and have a chat about your book.
I might even have started it because I'm just about, I've done what we've done this last couple of minutes. I've done the last row and I'm about to cast off.
Absolutely fabulous. So Marion is now in casting off mode. I'm going to go get myself another cup of tea mode. We've gone over, but you know what? It's been lovely spending a Saturday morning with you, Gogglefroggers. So why don't you sit back and spend the next hour or so and do a little bit more knitting?
Yeah.
So we will be going
with a nice hot cup of tea and maybe a slice of cake because it's now 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and the cat's back at the door as well. So we will see you on Monday at 10 a.m. And if for any reason your reminder doesn't come through, just get an old, it's your own personal reminder. The code never changes. It's yours for life. And so all you need is an old email and you'll be able to log on that one. So lovely. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay warm, and enjoy your knitting, crochet, or whatever you're doing this weekend. And thank you so much, Marion. It's been lovely spending time with you.
Yes. You take care, everybody, and stay safe out in where it's slippery.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
And I hope you're feeling better after this morning's tumble. So let us know how you are on Monday. Okay. Yeah. You take care. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.